All right, guys, Ryan A. Raymond here. If this is your first time on my channel, today I'm doing a live Q&A session, and there should be a link in the description where you can submit questions or submit t-shirts for design reviews. You guys kind of asked me for it, so I am doing that now. So I just went live, and we're going to kind of hang out for a little while and see who jumps in here. And we do have chat going, so um, I'm just going to put in here, submit questions to ryanaRaymond.com/live. If you're catching this on a replay, I'm going to use that form for each time I do this, so people can get in a line and it's not just a complete free-for-all all the time in chat. But today, I'm good with you guys just asking some questions in chat. I didn't really have a whole lot else prepared. I mean, I can kind of hop in here and show you guys kind of what's going on. You should be able to see the chat stream there for you guys and what it looks like. In fact, actually, what I'm going to do, that's okay. I'll play with it another time. I had it set up for some different settings there. But here's what I've been working on today. I haven't been uploading any today because I am at full capacity. Um, while we're waiting for some people to get in here, as people are jumping in, just go ahead and ask some questions in chat. I should be able to get them all from Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So wherever you guys are watching this, you should be able to get a question into me. Um, looking over the last few days, 4th of July came to kind of an end here, this 4th of July specific shirts, and then a trend happened this week. So if you guys haven't heard, there's been a bit of a trend going on. I'll even show here. We've got 1, 2, 3 different shirts sold today so far for the Betsy Ross flags. For those of you that don't know what occurred, if you just do a quick search, Nike was going to put out a shoe that had the Betsy Ross flag on it, and I guess Colin Kaepernick commented about how it does refer to a time of history where slavery was prominent. That's not what the flag means to most people. So I guess I hadn't even thought about it that way, and I wouldn't. I'm not in a place to really be able to say that, but that is why it is selling this week. There's controversy around it, and that's why these trends pop up. So someone asked a question on the Facebook page here. How would you catch a trend like this a month ahead of time? Now, viral trends like this, there's only one way to catch them, and that's to be watching news. So one thing you guys can do is go to Google News, news.google, and I think it's in settings. Can't remember where it is here, but you can set alerts for in somewhere in here. I haven't done it in a while, but you can set alerts for some trends. But you could just look in here, T-shirt. All right, so here's a couple things. Melania Trump's rainbow striped Carolina Herrera dress. Was it gay pride or what t-shirt? Rihanna wears a shirt that says immigrant. So that is a potential thing right there. Immigrant shirt. That could be something that could be trending. So she wore an immigrant shirt. So that's something that could end up being a trend. I don't know what the shirt is. Don't copy that shirt exactly. But that's why the flag stuff went viral. Hey, Lance, how's it going? You guys, I put up a poll in the Facebook page, in the group, and on Instagram, and I said if you guys wanted to do a live Q&A, we would do that today. So I put up a link. So let's see if anyone has jumped in and thrown up questions yet for reviews. I set up a web page. It kind of looks like this for you guys to submit questions to, and it looks like we've got one. So one person put it in. So let's see, Rasha. Oh, let me pop open this card. All right, hello. This is from Rasha. Hello, I am tier 10 at MBA since 1.5 months. Problem is I have no sales and I added and changed a lot of designs, but I don't know Do people not love my designs, or do they not see them? How often should I change designs? Is there a way to show my t-shirt to American people? I don't live in America, and some people advise me to buy the first 10 t-shirts myself. It's hard at the first tier, people to see my t-shirt and get live sales. Um, NJA, I don't think it's too late. I'll get to your question here in a minute. So let's look at Rasha's here. So Rasha is a tier 110 brand new seller, hasn't gotten any sales, and submitted a t-shirt for review. Um, this one, I like this shirt. Dad, a son's first hero, a daughter's first love. I don't know what the story is behind it. Um, but I like the design, Rasha. I think you do have um some good potential here. So let's see what you did. You did Father's Day gift, funny t-shirt company. Father's Day gift, dad, a son's first hero, a daughter's love tee. Um, Here's the problem. It's Father's Day is over. So what you are putting here at the beginning of the listing is most likely going to be the thing that Amazon is going to try ranking you for the most. So what you don't necessarily want is it for it to still only be ranking for that. I would have put dad, a son's first hero, a daughter's first love tee first. Since you already did Father's Day gifts in the title, I would do swap that around, especially at this time of year. I think it still has potential to be selling. So instead of Father's Day gift, let's look at your long tail keyword here. Let's see what. So there's 144 results, and is it still selling? Um, yeah, it is. I mean, 140 BSR. So this was your version of it. I think your version pops out a little bit more. It's got the red in it. It's got a little bit more oomph to it. I think you could stand out, but there's 144 results, and all the others are selling. But you see, all of these ones here, you know what their first keyword is? It's the phrase on the shirt. I would say get the phrase on the move that Father's Day around, maybe move it down into the bullet points. Father's Day only comes around once a year. So if you want to understand like how that search term gets entered, look at trends.google.com and then let's look at Father's Day shirt. See, it's a pure spike. It flatlines all year long. No one's searching for Father's Day shirts until the end of April, beginning of May. And those are the early birds, the people who are remembering they are on the ball. Most of us are procrastinators and wait till the week of Father's Day. Like, oh crap, it's Father's Day. I got to get a shirt. And then it stops again. So try and target what other phrases people might be searching for. So yeah, I think that's I don't know whose brand I just clicked on there, but yeah, those are some cool shirts. Okay. Do we have any other questions in the Airtable right now? No. All right. So NJ asked, is it too late to jump on the Betsy Ross trend? Um, it's extremely competitive, but it's kind of bland too. So Amazon Betsy Ross flag shirt. So this is one of those results. So it's saying 1 through 48 of 955. So there's 955 t-shirts in there. When I first saw this and started making a couple designs, there was like 90, and they were already starting to sell like on the second. I got them uploaded on the third and ran ads to every single one that I uploaded. I fired off an ad and killed everything this morning that didn't make a sale. But of those, about 30 of them made sales. And now today, just for reference, one, two, three of them made sales. So just three of those are still catching sales because I made them fast, and I put them up there. But I tried a lot of different things, different shapes of flags, put some text up, no text, different grunge effects, different distressed effects, all of those sort of things. Um, yeah, and attacked it from a couple different ways that maybe some people didn't think about, and it did get them sales. So, but it's still selling. It's probably, I guess, if I looked at this week. So if I look at this week, I have sold 69 unique products this week. If I look through here, let me just count how many aren't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I would say at least half of them were Betsy Ross flag shirts this week. So I got in on them, started working on them on the 2nd when the news was starting to break. I just happened to catch an article about it. Other people had been in there a month and a half ago just uploading them, and those are the people who are killing it. So how do you get ahead of a trend like that? Be there before the trend happens. That's truly the way to really like capitalize on that trend, is to be there before it happens. And that's got to be just going out there and doing research. So let's think about that. How would have someone gotten there beforehand? Amazon.com. So prior to that trend, if someone just had the phrase Betsy Ross flag shirt, there might have only been 3 or 4 results before this week. Everyone else just came in now. So those people who are getting in that, I don't, is it late now? I don't know, Betsy Ross flag zip up hoodie. 3 results. So the zip up hoodie could be an option. I think they spell it like Betsy Ross. Let's just do zip up. I can't remember if what they don't use hoodie. It's not coming up with anything, and I know I have some up there, so they're not indexing right. Betsy Ross flag hoodie. So that's over 1,000 results. Over 2,000 results there. But guys, they're all the same. Like, think about what's selling for other flag shirts. Funny flag shirt. All right, so here's it with fish. I would say earthquake shirts are probably a no-no. Hurricane shirts are definitely a no-no. Talking about the um, impact to human life, that is definitely a no-no. So I would not do earthquake shirts. Yeah, I'm not even going to search for it. I don't think I would do earthquake shirts. I don't think anyone was hurt today. I haven't heard all the reports, and if anyone was, but no, definitely don't do earthquake shirts. At least that's my opinion. Everyone can do what they want to do with their products. So yeah, Melinda, I don't think I would do the earthquake. So is it too late to jump on the trend? 900 plus. I think there's opportunities to get in there. If you start doing like Abe Lincoln, Betsy Ross flag, sort of things. If you started kind of mashing it up with some of the other things that normally sell for flag shirts, I think that's the opportunity for entry in the Betsy Ross niche right now. I don't think anymore it's making 5 different versions of a clean flag in different, horizontal, vertical, wavy. I think the time for that was when there was 100 to 300 relevant results, because then it expands into flag results and it gets into like 90,000 results. So it's a really sub niche version of the flag search term. All right, we got 11 in here. Does anyone have anything they want me to look at? Any questions here? This was kind of the goal. I just wanted it to be a hangout session. Kids are down for a nap, so hanging out. I've been doing some work today. One of the things I've been doing today is going through the previous month's shirts and going through and editing prices. So looking for anything that's sold um, at a low level where I had been pricing low. I was at like 59 cents sales price, and I swapped that around, and I've been bumping them up to like $2 at 16.85 instead of 13.85, um, and have been going up to 19.85 is where I've been trying to push it to. I want to make sure at Q4 as much of anything that has sold before is going to sell at a $5 profit or $3 to $5 depending on the product, or even a product. So those are some of the things I'm looking for. Let's see here. I see a few questions coming into the chat. Thank you. So many people where I live are on vacation here and are actually excited they experienced an earthquake. From what I understand, it was a lower level. I don't know. I don't want to diminish an earthquake. I've never experienced one. Um, I can see how if you never for someone, think about it this way, Melinda, if you're on vacation somewhere and you've never experienced snow and you get a massive blizzard and you survive it, you're like, oh, I survived a really horrible blizzard. So people get excited about that. All right, so let's go. We got a couple more questions in here. Lance is asking, best way to revamp listings and try to increase sales. So, best way to revamp listings. Let me refresh this here, kill a couple of these windows. So, let's look for something. Let's do one. This is what I do. If I'm looking for something that's needs to be revamped, I'll hop open here into Airtable because I use Merch Wizard and it's pushing all of my listings over into Airtable. And I've got a whole bunch of other ones like the question and answer sheet here. I'm just going to put it in there again, ryanaraymond.com/live. So if you're watching this on replay, I'm going to try and do something like this every Saturday or Sunday. I'm going to find a time that's going to work and just kind of do this live every week. I think it'll be fun. And I still intend on keeping doing research videos, but sometimes I feel like I'm going to be repeating myself a lot. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to differentiate the videos while still showing opportunity there. All right, so listing, let me look at my full listings here. All right, so I am removing all filters. So it's all my products. And now I'm going to sort them by days, first date listed from 1 through 9. Should be the oldest first then. All right, so that's all of my oldest listings that I have in Airtable. And then I'm going to add another filter. And I'm going to remove sales, any of them that have a BSR. That's how I'm going to filter it. Oh, I keep bouncing around here. So I got it sorted by date added, and then I'm going to add a filter where the BSR is greater than or is not empty. Or sorry, is empty. All right, so that brings up 4,484 results. And so some of these I know aren't necessarily going to be working or not. Oh, looks like it's some of them didn't get BSRs, so they do have sales. I was like, I know some of these did sell. So the way I have this set up, some of these may be removed already, but let's just pick one. Let me find one that's appropriate because that was a whole rash of inappropriateness. Let me just go pick one that I feel confident should be able to sell. I don't want to give a couple of them away. You guys, if you guys haven't noticed, but when I do show shirts here, a lot of people do copy them. It's just going to be what it is. I've accepted that fact. So let me just pick one that hasn't sold. Here's a shirt that we did live a while ago. Let me see if then I come here. look for my link. Oh, it's been removed. All right, so let me just do an old one. Let's find something live. Basically what I'm doing here, if I had a little bit more time, I would be going through looking for something live that hasn't sold in a long time. All right, here, let's do this one. All right, so if you didn't see it, this is a vintage railroad track anchors tie plate thing here. So it's an old drawing from a manual showing railroad tie plates. All right, what do I have in here? Vintage railroad track anchors tie plates patent drawing. Railroad classic tie plates. This thing does have a BSR, but it's a 13 million BSR, so it hasn't sold in forever. Railroad classic tie plates and anchors drawing t-shirt. Perfect gift for railroad signalmen, rail fans, railroad workers, and foamers, signaling hobbyists and fans of rail. Makes a perfect present for a railroad signal fan. So here's the problem. It looks like I just copied bullets here from the a different listing of mine, and this is not about railroad signals. And if you know the railroad niche, that doesn't make sense. There could be like there's differences in what the people do. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to rewrite this listing. All right, so this vintage railroad patent drawing shirt is perfect for people who inspect railroad tracks and work as a track inspector or trackman on a rail team. So there we go. All right, and then we'll say this makes a perfect gift for any railroad worker or rail fan that loves to show off cool old school railroad things. And I'll click generate description text with the merch wizard there. 1985. It hasn't sold in a while. I'm just going to drop it $3 to 16.85. And so that's probably a reason why that one hasn't sold. It was messed up. It didn't have the right description and didn't have the right bullets describing the design. So that's why it sucks. It was ranking for terms that were about one thing and which the shirt wasn't. So that's one I needed to fix. I've definitely, when working and trying to upload fast, I've made mistakes. I'm not going to deny that. And there's a lot of them out there. And if you go through and look for them, you might just find them. All right, so let's hop over here. What other questions do we have? Do you know a good trend from Halloween from last year? All right, if I wanted to look at historical information about last year, I would jump into Merch Informer. And yep, they got a sale there. Let's see. If I wanted to look at historical data, the best place I know of that has historical data stored would be in here. So I would hawk back over and let's just see what the best thing is selling on Halloween. All right, so the best things selling last year were Shane Dawson's Oh My God Pig t-shirt. Here, let me readjust the screen a little bit here for you guys so you can see it all. There we go. Okay, so then crayon t-shirts, an alphabet letter. So just putting the simple letter. Then there's, but these people, they were targeting DC. This is Atari. That's going to be trademarked. Don't do that. You know, crayon is one thing. Don't do Crayola. Those are a name brand of crayon. These are Dr. Seuss, and these are by Dr. Seuss. The crayon costumes, monster faces, that's Disney. That's an actual recognizable monster face character. Don't copy that. Don't even copy any of these. Come up with some ideas, but look for what was here. So right at Halloween, Look what was starting to peak at Halloween a month early, though, guys, was Thanksgiving. So don't forget about Thanksgiving. It's going to be coming around. And then Christmas was already starting to sell. So I think last year I uploaded about 30 Halloween designs. Um, and I want to say like six of them sold. One of them did like 30, and I uploaded at the beginning of October. So it's possible to get in there. But just kind of it's just general things. Think of things that could be a Halloween costume. I'm kind of curious. I don't know that I would describe them as costumes because they're maybe not technically costumes. Amazon may have an issue with that going into Halloween this year. It wouldn't surprise me to see some things being revised there because the other one at Christmas was targeting the keyword pajama last year, and I'm not sure if that's going to quite work. But look at this. We're at October 31st. Look what's at the top. So we got a few things that were, 7,000, 5,000 BSRs on October 31st last year. But we were moving into Thanksgiving already. Trump and Trump jokes, things about the election could be really good. Like, do you want to scare people on Halloween? Plan to vote for a Republican or a Democrat or independent. This is my scary shirt. I vote independent. Election shirts, I think, are going to be pretty big this year. So if you guys haven't gotten into there for that, I think it would be, it's something I have to get into as well. But if you're looking here at the top, this is probably the next biggest trend areas, and it was um, Thanksgiving, a few Halloween shirts. Now, that's just what was selling the best on Halloween. What was selling the best on Halloween a week before Halloween, though? That's kind of more of a legitimate question. So the M was higher there. All of these were higher than the Shane Dawson shirts. So that's probably the peak time. If you want to know when to look for these trends, so let's look at Google. Halloween shirt. So what time does the shirt trend start to spike? It's just starting now. It went up to 3. So like last week it was a 2. This week it's a 3. Next week it'll be a 4. Last year, and then a 6, 7, 8. So Halloween has started. Like, Halloween needs to be being uploaded now if you haven't re-uploaded any of your Halloween shirts from last year or your new designs. Halloween started now. I've already sold, I think, 3 Halloween shirts this year, this month. So Halloween started already. So get your Halloween designs up. Now, let's add another term. Thanksgiving shirt. Much lower volume, but did really well on Amazon last year, and it could potentially spike even higher. So that's something to be looking for. Then we'll add Christmas shirt. And then that one like maxes out the chart, but it starts right now as well. All of these start going and they kind of run on a couple of different trajectories and peak throughout different times of the year. And then you get New Year's Day shirt, New Year's shirt, and that's the green line, and it barely registers. But they do sell, and they get a lot of returns. I know they do sell. But it's probably New Year's 2019 shirt, 2020 shirt. That's probably what will be a better trend there. So I'm going to remove that one for now. And then mostly it goes to Valentine's Day. Oh, which completely buries all of the others entirely. And then you get 4th of July shirt. Which is crushed once again by Valentine's Day. So let's remove Valentine's Day because it's just burying the records there. All right, get a few more. Christmas is kind of tanking things there too, so we'll kind of pull that out. And you guys, if you haven't used Google Trends, this is a way you guys can get in here and just play and see when things are going to start being searched. So you know when to start making sure your designs are uploaded. So you kind of want to be indexed before that initial search period starts, and you want to make sure you're attacking it. So right now is the time, guys. Q4 is less than 100 days away. October 1st is less than 100 days away. So you've got to get that up. So let's see. Do we have any other questions in here? Hey, Ali, good to see you in chat. Javed, good to see you. Lance says, I really need to learn Merch Wizard so I can utilize it to its fullest. Merch Wizard is not the thing necessarily that you need to learn to use. What you really kind of need to learn to use is Airtable, and that's a whole nother monster. Like, I've got, and the way Merch Wizard keeps using Airtable keeps changing as well. But I've got this set up here with designs to pull in my sales data, and I can look at my return on investment for my designs. So I can sort by ROI. I've like set up some custom stuff in here. And if I haven't put in a cost, I usually assign these all $5. Hold on. Oh, I've got stuff syncing in the background and it's filtering. Hold on here. My daughter wants to come say hi. Daddy's on the video. Say hi to everyone. Here, want to hop up and say hi? Say hi. Alwyn, if you want, you can just put it right here in chat and I can get it here. Okay, go play. Daddy's gonna work on his video some more, okay? All right. You can just dump it right here in the chat right now, and I can look at it that way if you want, or you can submit it on the form and I'll pull it up that way. Either way works. So let's see. Is there a way to rank your teas in the rank without advertising on Amazon network and get sales? So I did a video about a week and a half ago where I had 5 different ways to advertise your shirts. So let me look. It was right. Where's my most recent video? So I guess that might have been a little while ago. 5 free ways to promote your products. So this video right here is a good one to check out. So let me just grab that link, copy it here, and I will dump that into the chat. So there we go. I would say those are kind of the best ways there. I talked about using Reddit, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook. You can use Snapchat. You can do all sorts of stuff. The idea is how are you going to get eyes on the shirt? So definitely check that one out. All right, someone gave me a link here. So Alwyn submitted a shirt for review. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'm going to transition because I never know what's going to pop up when people send me a link, and it could be a whole massive things of things. You just never know. Okay, so this is a homebrewing beer T-shirt for the Brewmaster. Homebrew craft beers and science T-shirts. Homebrewing, where science and drinking go hand in hand. All right. Yeah, my daughter's gonna hang out in the background. So, all right. Do you love drinking homebrew beers? Are you a brewmaster of homebrewing beers and keeper of homebrew beer recipes? Then buy this craft beer T-shirt and get your homebrewing equipment ready and let the magic and beer science to begin. The best beer shirt for crafters, homebrewers, zimmigerous beer brewers, mead makers, baristas, brewing hobbyists, brewmeisters, brewhas, and beer snobs. Wear it on a brew day as you want to boil to wort and hops on the way to the fermenter. All right, let's unpack this a little bit. So, how does Amazon decide to rank your shirt? let's think about this. Amazon is going to look at all the words in this listing, and they are going to index them. And they'll mix and match, and they'll do exact type matches, they'll do near matches, and they'll do broad match testing. You know, was the word the customer typed in close to this, or was the word the customer typed in exactly this, or was the word the customer typed in nearly this, you know? And they'll check and see where it's going to rank for. So when you put in beer brewer, mead maker, barista, so a whole bunch of people think will typically say, you know, a barista is going to be making coffee, not beer. So all of a sudden now Amazon said, well, every time I show it for barista, they don't do it. So we'll just kind of start pushing down the rank. Um, so things like this, guys, stick to describing the design. Amazon knows it's a shirt for the first thing. Like you don't ever have to write t-shirt anywhere in it. Amazon knows it's a t-shirt. It's their t-shirt. They're the ones selling it. You provided them a design. You got to describe, tell them what the design is here. So I would change your title to Home Brewing, where science and drinking go hand in hand. So what if that was my search here? Home Brewing, where science, if I can type, drinking go hand in hand. So let's transition here. So I'm going to swap over and search there. All right, so there's 12 results for it. And you know what? You're not one of them, Javed. Yeah, Alwyn, I'm sorry. You're not one of the results for the phrase that is on your t-shirt. You need to make sure that you're going to have that in your bullets somewhere. You literally have every other word that could be possibly related to brewing that is not related to the t-shirt, except for the words that are on the t-shirt. And you don't describe the design. You don't tell Amazon what the design is, guys. That's the important thing. They want to know what the design is because they know it's a t-shirt. They know it's a cool t-shirt. You know, use the description to describe the design. Tell Amazon as much information about what exactly is on that t-shirt. Be specific, because if you tell them it's a Christmas shirt and it's got the Easter bunny on it, they're going to just tank you in the Easter bunny niche too, because you sucked at getting sales at Christmas. Why is it going to work now at Easter? Because you said it was applicable to both, but it wasn't. So keep that in mind. All right. What other questions do we got in here? Are you okay? Oh, come here. Well, you shouldn't be playing with the books, honey. Oh. All right, guys. Well, she just kind of smashed her knee here on a book. So we're gonna cut this one short, and I'm gonna try and do this next Saturday, guys. So thank you for joining. I'll be posting the link at ryanaraymond.com/live has the form, so you guys can submit questions, and I'll get to them next week when we do this again. So thank you, and you're okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.